Everyone, my name is Joy. Welcome to the our first design of this class. So on this class, we are going to design a very simple flyer and we are going to make use of Canva app, right? Canva app. So if you don't have Canva installed on your phone, quickly go to your Google Play Store or your Apple Play Store, search for Canva and download it. And once you download it, just sign in with your email and your password, right? And you're signed in. And once you're signed in, you'll see this is the first page that they are going to show to you. They're going to show you a page like this, right? Then after that, you can see there are a lot of other templates being here, right? There are a lot of templates you can use here on Canva, right? But as anyone who is already into design would not want to use templates, but unless you see a template that some of the templates here are just there to inspire you on what to design and how to design it. But if you're still a novice, you're still newbie, you don't know how to design anything at all, you can actually select any of the templates here, edit it to your own taste and make use of it. But in this class, we aren't going to use a template. We are going to create from scratch, right? We are going to use a custom size to create from scratch. All right, so now, for us to start, click on this plus sign here. Click on the plus sign. So once you're done clicking on the plus sign, you click on this square. Is it square? Here. Click on it. Then here it takes you to the custom size. This is where you have to input your width and your height, right? So the width we are going to use for this design is 1000 over 80 over 1080, right? 1080 over 1080 width and height. We want it to be on that size. And I'm using a high resolution because I want my design to come out neatly. I don't want a design that I don't want it to be blurry. I don't want it to look blurry or look I'm using a high resolution because I really want it to come out clean. Okay, so once you type in, we are using the unit is piezo. We are using piezo for it. So you click on create design. And once you're done clicking on create design, this is the first thing that pops out. There will be this a page that comes up, right? So this page, you can see that you can drag it down and you can also drag it up, right? So this page actually is trying to let you know that you can take up any template for here and design, but we aren't going to use templates. We are going to design it from scratch. So just drag it down, hold it and drag it down. It will go away. Now this is what we created. You can see there is this square that is this square that is here in between the line. Let me show you, for example, these are margin lines, right? So this margin line, I added it for a purpose. So why did I add it? I added it because in most of my design, I like it when it is orderly arranged. I don't want most of us to make a design that's though I'm going to pinpoint this by the end of the class, right? Let me just keep it aside and pinpoint it by the end of the class. So now this is our design, right? You can take a look at here. Here we have design, which is what popped out before that we drop down. Now we also have elements. So on elements is where you can get most of the elements you use to beautify your design. You can get a lot of things from elements. Elements is just there to beautify most of your design. Just search for anything on elements, you get it, right? Now we have the text icon. On this text icon is where you can add up your text. Like you want to add text to your design, right? You just click on text icon, you'll get your text done, right? Now we also have the gallery. Here on gallery, you just click on it. You can take you back to your phone gallery and you can upload any picture from your gallery into this Canva design and make use of it, right? Now we also have the brand. Mostly this brand is for pro users. If you're not on pro, you may not be able to make use of it, right? So we have brands like all those brand text, brand image, brand colors, right? You can get them from there. Now, secondly, we also have upload, and there are a lot of them we have, which I can highlight as we embark on this class, right? So let's quickly dive into our design. So the first thing we are going to do is to click on this square, click on it, and we are going to add a color to it. So for us to add a color, click on color. Here is the color. Click on it. Then, because of the updates, the Canva app is updated. If you don't have the updated version, quickly go and update it so you can flow with the class. So once you click on the updates, you click on this arrow here. Click on it so it can bring up the whole colors, right? You now scroll down. Now we have the default colors. Here you can select any default colors that you like. We have it from gray. These are solid colors you can select. We also have gradient color, right? We have all of this, right? And we have brand color, like the one I mentioned before, like brand color, brand text, all those kind of things, right? But for the sake of this class, I'm going to use a default color. I don't want to take you guys to where I'll choose a color directly from here. I'm going to just quickly use a default color as the beginning. So I'm going to select blue for this. All right. So the next thing I'm going to do is I'll click on elements. Then I'm going to search for a frame. Okay, I'm going to search for a frame with border. So once it shows us, you can see this page that says see all. Just click on this see all page on frame. You can now be able to select which frame you want to use for your design, right? So I'll quickly select a frame, a circular frame that will fit into. So I selected this, for example. So this is the frame I want to use for this design, right? So all I have to do is to resize it and keep it here. Then I can now reduce the size, like reduce it very well and keep it around here. So this margin that I added on this my design is an indicator that most of the design I'm doing are orderly aligned, like they are well aligned, right? So once I'm done dropping it, I'm going to add an image to it. So for me to add an image, I'll click on gallery depending on the image I'm going to add. So here I'll just select one of this image. I'm just going to select I'll select this image, for example. I'll add it to the page. Now here is the image. All I need to do is to click on it, hover it around this this frame, right? Once I hover it around it, it's going to fit in, but let me resize it bigger. Then I click on it again. You can see that it actually fits into the frame immediately, right? So I'll have to resize it. So for you to resize, you can see these points here. There are these points, these 4 points. You can use any of it to resize or increase your text or your image, right? And secondly, if you're trying to for your alignment sake, you can see that here that I placed it, there is this pink line that shows is actually indicating that your design is orderly, like is aligned, right? So make sure that you align your design very well. Like Canva can still help you to make you understand, like know that your design is aligned. So just place it at the right place. You see that pink line appearing on it, right? Now secondly, we are going to add text. Once you click, there is something I want to also I let you guys know. Once you click on this designer, you can see there is another page that cover up what you're seeing before, like this replace, crop, and magic edit and all that, right? For you to remove, because once you click on the screen, sometimes you may not be able to remove it. But if you want to remove it quickly, just click on this cancel icon here below. Click on it and you'll be able to remove it. so you can see what is below. Now that we've done it, we are going to add a text to this. So we are going to add a text. Let me say my name is Joy, just your name first. And once you click on you are done typing, you can now just input it around here. Then we'll add another text. Quickly add another text, a subheading, and add a graphic designer. So once you're done typing it, you drag it down a little bit. Then now for us to reduce the font of this, to reduce the size of our text, click on font size. On font size, you can increase it or decrease it, right? You can see now as I'm hovering around it, it is decreasing and increasing. So just decrease it a little, then we are good to go. Then secondly, I'm also going to add a color. Once you click on the text, you will see that there is a pop-up that comes up. Click on it, select color. Click on this arrow to bring it up a bit. Then you cannot choose a color that you want it to be. I'm still going to use a default color for this. Okay, I think something like this. Not too white and not too dark. So once you're done, then we are going to add a text like drawing the basic. Just this is a profile design, like your personal profile design that we're making. So you're just going to put your picture, your name, and I'm a graphic designer, or I'm a hairstylist, anything that you are, just input it below your name. Then we are going to add a simple text to it. Okay, so secondly, we are also going to add a normal text, right? Like the text that's and comes afterward, after your name and the subheading, right? So let's quickly add it by clicking on the text icon again. We are going to choose a little bit text of the body text. Yes, this we are going to add a body text now. So click on the body text, then click. I already have the text copied on my clipboard, so but you can actually come down to type it, right? To type it, to input it. So once you're done, you type a text like this. So you type it, then bring it down, highlight it, and drag this this button like I told you earlier. Just quickly drag on it, right? Drag it. You can increase or decrease it. So you can see now, if you take a look at the text now, I am increasing and decreasing it, right? So once you're done doing that, you make sure that it is well aligned at the center. And once it is good to your text, then click on we are going to click on format, right? We are going to put it on by the left hand side, right? Some of your tests sometimes cool. The arrangement of your tests really matters, right? There are some tests you'll see how they are all scattered all over the design. It is not looking good. It doesn't make much sense to make your test scatter all over the place. Like you can see a test like this now, right? Okay, let me come again. A test like this now, it doesn't look good. Like everywhere is so messed up, right? But to avoid this, make sure you put it at the right place. You can actually use this format or this particular one, right? Depending on what you're designing, but we are going to use this. And click cancel, then reduce it again, bring it back to the center. But again, this our text is quite tiny, so we are going to increase the size. Remember, for you to increase the size, you click on font size, right? Click on font size and increase it. Then secondly, there is this arrow that is here. You can see at the left and the right, you can see this. I can also see this. With the help of these two two shape or two rectangle, right? You can actually use it to increase or decrease your text. For example, just watch me do something now. You can see now I'm splitting it. I'm be able to split the text. So instead of it to just be one line all over across the other line of my text, I'll just use my hand and split it, decrease it to how I want it to be, and then increase it and input it where I want it to look to be, right? So it is very easy and very simple to achieve. And bring it down here. Very good. So this is it, right? You can see just your picture, your picture, your name, and what you do. You could be a hairstylist. You could also be a food vendor. You can also be anything. So that thing you are, just input it below your name. So once you're, that is the subheading. Once you're inputting it, you now put a very simple text. It may not be as long as my own is here. Just make it as short as you could, but let there be something, right? So once you are done typing it, we are also going to add one more thing. And secondly, when you're doing it, make sure you give enough space in between your design. Don't just jump and add everything all over here. Just make sure you put in a necessary space for each of the tests, right? And if you're trying to do that and it's not working, you are going to make use of this and nuggets. So click on it, quickly use it to bring it down or bring it up, depending on how you want it to look like, right? You can see now it is not lying on this margin line. It is also not highly above, highly close to this graphic design, right? So now we are going to add an icon to our design. We are going to add a very nice splashy icon to our design. So we quickly go to element again. We search for celebration. I already searched it. So search for your celebration. On graphics, select any of these celebration stickers or emojis. Select on it. Then once you select it, you just reduce it a bit, then bring it down around here. Bring it down within this region. Then click on this card. Secondly, we have this card. So with the help of this this icon that look like a card here, right? You can use it to duplicate either your text, your image, your anything at all, anything that you've imported into this Canva. You can use it to duplicate it. Duplicate it means copying it. You have a second copy of it, right? So once you click on it, you copy this same thing and place it around here. You can see now as I'm dragging it to the other side to the left side, you can see that is well aligned, like both of them are aligned, right? So you just drop it there. You can see how beautiful it looks like. So you done something like this and you're very good to go. Secondly, you may want to add an icon like your Facebook page, like where somebody can contact you through your Facebook or your personal or your contact, any of your contact details like your phone number, Facebook, TikTok, Instagram, any of these social icons. You can just add it below here. So let's add some. We click on element again. We search for icons. Social icons. So you click on it, search for Facebook logo, you click on graphics, see all, right? Again, there is something I noticed. Yeah, most of us may not be on Canva Pro, right? Like you can see me now, I am on Pro. That is why you are seeing that some of this icon here, this is Pro version, this is Pro version, and this is not Pro, right? So if for the we are on the beginner session, right? We're on the beginner session. So for us to just make this class move, we are going to use those icon that is not on Pro, right? Until we advance to the next class where we'll now require a Pro version. Then I could actually share some details to you, or you pay a little token for it for you to access your Canva Pro. Okay, so you click on this is these are some of the icons that are not on Pro. You can see there are some of them that is not Pro version. We have Pinterest is not on Pro. We also have some Facebook icon as well that is not on Pro. But I'm going to use this. I'm going to use TikTok icon here. So I'll insert my TikTok icon. Though it's on Pro, but we are going to just insert it here, somewhere around here. Remember to reduce the size. We'll add a text, a little text to it. Follow us on TikTok, but with the icon, anyone knows what you meant, right? So you could go back, drag it down, then we'll go back again and quickly add another element, probably a Facebook element to it. Seems like the Facebook icon isn't popular here, so we are going to make use of follow us on Twitter, but recently called X. So you just click on the X, you decrease it very well, then bring it down here. Then follow us on, click on this text, duplicate it and bring it down here. Just follow us on Twitter. So this is it. So as you guys can see, we have something like follow us on TikTok and follow us on Twitter. But instead of us, just write follow me. Follow me on TikTok and follow me sometimes this. All right, so let's just add a color to it. Click on the text, add a color. We're going to add a color, a very bright color that can brighten it. All right, so this is how it's being done, right? You can see we are able to design something like this. Isn't this looking great? All right, so yeah, I want you guys to also come and design something like this. This is very easy. It's not as hard as you may think. Then secondly, I'm going to show you how you can download this your design, right? So now that we are done designing, we want to download it. So click on this arrow, on this arrow pointing up. Click on it. You'll see download. Here is the download here. Click on download. Then the first thing you're seeing here is the file type. What file type are we going to use? Click on this drop down. Click on the drop down. You'll see we have PNG. It is good for sharing, best for sharing, like sharing on social media, on or Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, and all those kind of things, right? Then we also have a PNG. Is also best for complex images like designing on web and some other things, right? We have PDF standard. We also have the PDF prints where you can, after once you're designing, you can print them out, right? It's for PDF and SVG files, and we have MP4. MP4 is when you want to download it as a video, like you may want to make it, and it's either is a video or you want to make it to be a video or animation, right? And GIF, which is a very short animation for it. And there's no sound, but I'm going to use PNG for this design. You click on PNG, then increase the size. But this size increasing, it also means that you need to have a Canva Pro, right? But if you don't have Canva Pro, you can actually leave it within this range and download it for the sake of this class. Increase it to the highest to give you a high resolution. With high resolution, your design won't be blurring. It won't be a blurring design. It's going to come out neatly and beautiful, right? So once you're done, you click on download and you're good to go. You'll see how beautiful your design will look like at the end of the day. So thank you so much for joining. We are going to dive into the next class.